Over the river and through the wood, to grandfather's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through the white and drifted snow. Over the river and through the wood, oh how the wind does blow. It stings the toes and bites the nose, as over the ground we go. Over the river and through the wood, to have a first-rate play. Hear the bells ring, ting-a-ling-ding, hurrah for Thanksgiving Day. Over the river and through the wood, trot fast my dapple gray. Spring over the ground like a hunting hound, for this is Thanksgiving Day. Over the river and through the wood, and straight through the barnyard gate. We seem to go extremely slow. It is so hard to wait. Over the river and through the wood, now grandmother's cap I spy. Hurrah for the fun! Is the pudding done? Hurrah for the pumpkin pie!
From the mind of Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov.
Today I wanted to give you a little proof of concept of why the Ohma Condenser Microphone and the SPL Channel One Mark III, I'm pointing that way because it's outside the booth, the SPL Channel One Mark III and the Ohma, why I believe that this is the best pairing for me for this type of warm, rich, inviting, holiday-type voiceover. And I want to explain why a little bit better. And it has to do completely with the feelings that it's capable of evoking in the listener. Now, I made some notes here. Now, what this does, again, this is activating your limbic system. And what you're feeling, what I'm hoping that you're feeling, what this is trying to evoke are feelings of basically nostalgia, of belonging and connection, safety and comfort, anticipation and warm excitement overall. And it's just kind of an emotional softening. And I think all of these things together combine to become like a really very, really hitting the target for what I want for a holiday type voiceover, and also just in general, it's not just this time of the year. But if I want to evoke these kind of emotions, like really for any type of voiceover, like a healthcare type voiceover, or something where I want to just kind of amp up the emotional context of what the script says. Now, let me just go back. Let me just explain some of these descriptives that I gave it real quick. So, right, when I say safety and comfort, right, it's activating your amygdala and hippocampus, for those of you who are keeping the limbic system scorecard. It's like a sense of security. It's like emotional warmth. It's evoking trust in the speaker, and really it's kind of lowering the tension overall, right? So I'm not pushing you to pull out your wallet. I'm inviting you in, right? Into the comfort of sitting in front of a nice warm fireplace with a hot cup of cocoa. When I talk about nostalgia and memory, right? It's like really kind of memory recall, right? It's really, this is a hippocampus activation. And we're talking about sentimental feelings, kind of like the thoughts that you have of the good old days. Whether it's your childhood or, evoking some kind of memory like the Andy Griffith Show or something you've seen on TV. It's really kind of like these comforting childhood memories, really, and that's really kind of the context of the simulated holiday card movie in the beginning. It's like an emotional openness, really, overall, right? And it's not how do I explain it? It's not cognitive. It's visceral, right, overall. It's also evoking a sense of belonging and connection. Because what we have here is we have human connection, we have social bonding, inclusion, togetherness, right? So it's really kind of, it's the sound that I feel like helps bring you in, as opposed to shouting at you or imposing a message upon you. It's really you've got when you're activating this part of the limbic system, when you get the anticipation, right, and the warm excitement, it's a sense of wonder, right? It's excitement but with softness. It's you are what you're doing is you're trying to mentally evoke the reward pathways in your mind, right? So it's a cozy anticipation of something good, right? And then you get this emotional softening, which I talk about. So it's like, so that way I feel like it makes the voiceover more receptive. It makes you more willing to feel the emotions that I'm trying to put forth. More willing, you're hoping that the listener is more willing to buy into the story and more becomes a more emotionally suggestible as a result. Because, I mean, come on. I mean, honestly, we have to really admit to the fact that voiceover, when when voiceover is good, when it's really good, it's emotional manipulation. All right, I mean that's what it is. So in short, like a lush holiday voiceover sound, it evokes nostalgia. It evokes comfort. It evokes again that sense of belonging, and it really kind of I think a lot of that is that it deep down inside, it kind of evokes a sense of safety, right? You know, the warm embrace of someone who loves you. So I just wanted to, after talking about it in the previous video, after just giving you a sample, just of me like yapping into the microphone, I wanted to give you a proper in context example here with the Ohma. Did I mention that this is you're seeing it here in a shock mount, that a 3D printed shock mount that I designed for it. I'm still tinkering with the design, but it's working great. But overall, I mean, I love this sound combo. And, you know, as I have been kind of cycling through all of my gear, you know, to really better understand how to target specific types of feelings and emotions, right? It's like really getting this warmth, this kind of sense of safety. I mean, this is a sound I can use all year long, not just during the holidays, right? So this combination of the SPL Channel One Mark III, which sounds amazing with every microphone you put through it, it's a true wonder. And then you have the very unique and very lush and very just, I mean, it's transient friendly. There's not that low mid bloom that kind of feels oppressive. Um, it's um, it's a beautiful sound from the Ohma condenser mic. And I think again, the pairing of these two, if you're looking for this type of sound, you know, for audiobooks or for whatever you do for content creation, for voiceover, while this is not a sound that I would do like a concert commercial for, right? You know, this is not a car commercial sound, but this is definitely the kind of very emotionally connectable and loving sound and embraceable sound that is definitely going to be a big part. I can't believe I didn't pair these before. I feel like completely foolish for not doing this before. But anyway, you know, again, like mastering your rig. You know, there's an argument to be made that, you know, really choosing the right microphone it's a huge part of the battle. But really pairing it with a chain, with a preamp that is going to help you again evoke the correct emotions, you know, to manipulate the audience, right? To pull out their wallets or whatever, you know, to feel the feels. I mean, that's your job as a voiceover artist, is to make people feel something, you know? So getting that combination right is not a small part of the job, and understanding it really is I think a huge part of it. You know, really knowing your gear, really knowing how to use it, really knowing how to apply the tools is really, it's going to get you. It's going to get you where you want to go. And again, I talk about a lot of this stuff like throughout the entire book. My my book, The Modern Voiceover Career Owner's Manual. You know, really applying not only just technique, not only just really understanding your gear, but it's really, you know, taking all these disciplines and how they all dovetail together into creating the pathway to success that you want to create for yourself. So let me know what you think of this warm holiday sound. I know a lot of you, I mean, overwhelmingly, everyone was like, they loved the sound of this in the previous video. But I want to give you a reason why you should love this and why you should embrace this type of sound for this type of work. All right? Anyway, I gotta go. But there's some really cool stuff coming up. Just wanted to give you a heads up. I rarely give a heads up, but there's something coming. There's something coming from overseas this week that I'm very excited about, that I can't wait to show you. Because you know what? I'm moving away from the standard fare, and I'm trying to find the unique pieces that will get you where you want to go because they do something really special. So anyway, let me know what you're thinking. All right, until next time, this is Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov, fading to black.